Oke, halo semuanya, selamat datang di LKSP gimana? Dan ya kembali sama gue di Genshin Impact ya. Sebulan sekali biasa ya gitu, setelah satu rilis kita bikin konten ya. Dan kali ini kita akan bikin kembali lagi ya di di story ya di 3.2 dan bersamaan dengan rilis banner Nahida sama si siapa sama si sama siapa sih Yomiya ya, dimana sebenarnya Yomiya gue udah punya ya guys ya, seperti kalian lihat sendiri ya, gue udah punya Yomiya jadi nggak terlalu butuh itu. Ini percaya kok dia lebih sering banget ya gitu, dan Yomiya ini kasihan gitu, kenapa? Karena benernya tuh bertarung sama Archon itu loh. Nggak tahu ya, dan ini juga gue mau berusaha untuk mendapatkan senjatanya walaupun kecil kesempatannya, tapi nggak apa-apa lah ya. Dan kita akan coba Dedek Nahida seperti apa ya, gitu. Kita ada dicoba karakter ya, mari kita coba ya. Sebenarnya saya udah punya coba, ya karena udah punya karakternya lah. Oke. Nah, sih cuma showcase aja gitu, seperti apa karakter Nahida ya. Karena ini ada gameplay footage, tapi saya melakukannya secara eh, offline ya gitu di konten karena butuh duit ya. Oke, seperti inilah ya larinya para bocil ya. Oke, kasih air, kasih listrik. Oke. Nah, supaya dapat belum ya, gitu enaknya gitu guys kalau ada tuh. Nah, wih. Dan dia bisa gini nih kalau ditahan nih ya. Bagus nih ya, daripada belum-belumnya gitu kan. Dan dia bisa gini. Oke, dapat ini ya. Kasih air, api, cepet dong. Nah, ais. Nah, kan tuh dapat guys ya. Dapat air, dapat ini ya kan. Lumayan belum sama burning tuh. Ya tuh. Ya, jadi enak. Kalau partinya bagus ya. Kayak kita coba lagi aja lah ya. Ayo lagi dong. Ah, lama cuy. Aduh nih. Nah, ini gua kalau nggak suka part tuh gini. Aduh, musuhnya agak banyakan deh. Oke, nah. Nah, berarti kayak dia gitu, dia bisa ngekeker. Oh, 400.000. Kayaknya bagusnya Barbara dipakai Ampata Mastery deh daripada healer ya. Karena udah nggak pakai healer sih. Healer kan udah Jin ya. Lumayan tuh, gede. Ya, itu belum ya, sama Burning, lumayan bagus. Ya. Seperti itulah ya pemainnya ya. Gitu. Jadi seperti biasa sama itu pakai air, pakai listrik, pakai ini. Ya, jadi Deno itu udah hampir sama kayak Anemo lah ya. Itu kombinasinya, cuman lebih kompleks aja sih. Ya. Jadi pakainya banyak yang Nahida. Katanya Nahida itu benernya yang paling laku katanya. Gila. Ya. Udah berapa duit tuh dapat ya? Kayak. Nah ini spesialnya dari Nahida ya. Ini dia bisa baca pikiran orang loh. Nah, ya. Nah ini ya. Banyak kan kenapa banyak yang mau pakai Nahida karena ini fiturnya loh. Twing. Tuh. Iya emang. Oke, pertama kita ganti orang dulu lah ya, jangan pakai Nahida karena Nahida saya underbid guys ya. Mat cari artefaknya harga susah-susah gampang guys ya. Jadi ya udah kita pakai ini dia. Ya dia kelihatan sih paling MC ya. Pakai ini. Ya. Nah, biar kelihatan MC dong ya. Kita usaha di sini. Ini ada ini Candice. Ya. Oke. Kenapa? Apa?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless. Okay.
Oke. Yang gegabah katanya sana. Gegabah kayak gimana juga saya nggak tahu. Oke, kita malah lanjut love story aja ya. Ini kita ini guys, makar guys ya. Sini kan ya. Kemana sih? Itu di atas. Gue pakai MC biar ini aja, nyambung aja. Oh ke sini, iya iya iya. Kita ke sini guys ya, melanjutkan tadi ya yang tadi tuh rencana makar guys. Aduh, nggak Inajuma, nggak Sumeru, makar terus aja. Ya masalah ya.
We already discussed things a bit.
Hmm.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
Nah,
Are you ready? Very well.
ya kayak gimana?
You gotta admit, it's bold. I'll be impressed.
It's worth a try.
Hmm.
The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
You're making Paimon nervous.
Wah, sorry nih guys, cutscene nih guys. Oh enggak, lihat dulu. Oh.
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later.
Hmm.
Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be careful.
That's
Enggak
what I
bangun.
wanted to hear. Take care.
Enggak bangun soalnya sih.
Well, traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite productive.
Hmm.
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And based on
A little worried.
Acah gue yang ngomong bukan lu. Ah,
to be
anjir bibir.
honest, I feel the
Fisik.
same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know, so you have my trust.
Hmm.
Candace gave us a compliment.
Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't be coming with us, we'll be sure to remember your words.
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived.
Iya.
Your safety is the most important thing. Only when you're
Penting
safe
safety
can
aja.
you be successful. You're welcome. Good luck.
Nah, kalau ini enak dia pakai garis skip pun ada suara gitu loh. Tapi kalau yang World Quest tuh aduh nggak ada. Yang bisa selalu gue kritik gitu loh. Ya bisu mulu. Ngomong kayak gitu anjing. Oke, ini siapa lagi nih?
It's good. I'll go make some preparations.
Oh, si Rahman ikutan juga.
Okay. Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah. Also, Candace told everyone to be.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating. Our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful. We must go beyond that and fully commit ourselves to. I hope this is clear to you.
Iya.
To boost our morale right now?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
Aku nggak denger apa-apa.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation. We all have our jobs to do after all. It's like how some people can be put in charge of logistics.
You don't look anything like a soldier.
Emang
Of
kenapa?
course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic insight.
Cuma
Just
strategi
think of
beda.
that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single day.
Being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some will exhibit far more potential than others.
Mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a lunatic.
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools.
Anjir.
Take that as a compliment.
Anjir.
That
Wah, lain Pak.
reminds me. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge.
Ya,
You
itu.
have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane. But this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked in the academia for some time, was never once informed of this. I think those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting qualities of forbidden knowledge. But the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of human contact with divine knowledge as mere mortals. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the withering, Elazar, and the sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred in the desert thousands of years ago?
Disease is what caused the withering and the sandstorms. At least, that's what Tainari told us. Wait a second. Could it be that?
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness may precisely be the pollution from forbidden knowledge.
That's the case.
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avinia forest? That whole the world forget me thing?
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. To make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on the state of some of our preparations to an Aramite base.
Anjir, ke markas. Sana dulu, gila. Oh, yang sini? Ngapain coba? Diserang kan? Nggak mungkin lah kita diserang. Temenan kok, awas aja kalau diserang. Markasnya gini ya? Orang.
You made it. I gave them some technical work to do.
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes. We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the others are still under repair.
These devices for can knowledge extraction? What are you doing with those?
Look here.
Kenapa?
Knowledge? Are you going to put more weird stuff into his head again?
What's that look on your face? Are you scared?
Scared? Very, very furious!
That's an interesting
Ya ngomong kan dia, bukan kita. Kalau kita mah diam-diam doang orangnya.
Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The academia should also have their own copy. And according to the traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule. Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Conviction is the most important part of all of this. Now, please get ready and put on this device.
You want us to record our conviction into the knowledge capsule?
Yes.
Paimon is still really worried.
I understand, but trust me, Paimon, this is something we have to do. It's best if you can do as I say. Because, to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first. Although it may feel like a trick, self-encouragement may be the most important tool we have.
I can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. As a result, we have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape.
Terus?
Everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognizes and praises our achievements.
Ya, bisa.
Now, open your eyes.
Halo.
Here.
What's this?
Read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
What's the point of doing this?
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing short of absolute truth. Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born. After all that time, what do you think you'd become?
Oh.
a slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
But why would you need to identify the gray areas?
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very...
Things you're interested in are really out there. Are all Sumeru scholars like this?
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
Small?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few
Sian,
modifications.
Atik. Ini lagi bodo amat. Nah, itu ngurus ini, ngurus server di si ini kita ngapain nih? Dia ngurus server, kita ngurus ngapain? Tadi nggak ngomong-ngomong karena ya kan menikmati story ya, nikmati dong. Masa gue ngomong? Enggak lah.
We agreed on a plan. How can you go back on your word?
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still can't agree to it.
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Hitham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Emang.
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino?
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, you went to Al-Haytham for suggestions. Had I known Al-Haytham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the plan.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side.
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficiently dire. I'm sorry, but as things stand, I can't accept your principles.
Seems you really do understand the ways of the desert.
Emang.
This is also something. Rahman's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Rebot guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Wait, how can we work with the guards?
Ngomong tuh bukan gua, bukan lu.
Caravan Rebot would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big group. There's no better way.
That also sounds like something Al-Haytham told you.
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this plan is?
Of course he does. He told me, there is no perfect plan, but this can get the job done. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would increase significantly.
Manfaatin gua
I
aja.
never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid points.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. Casualties are inevitable once push comes to shove. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm against the meaningless loss of our own.
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like you are hard to come by.
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right to know important things like this.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
I knew you'd say that.
We can help mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But we have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory.
Well, now that you've put it that way,
Ya udah nggak bisa nolak lagi.
Fuse.
Ya udah.
But remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless, since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation.
Okay. You.
The guard should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there.
Penjaga di sini. Oke. Penjaganya di mana? Di atas. Ini.
Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation of Caravan Reebok.
Of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. Just let us know what you need. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many?
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain El Akmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies from the Academia.
As many as Ain Al Akmar. This should definitely be classified as a joint.
And I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible. And treat it as a top priority desert operation. I will need personnel.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work.
Oh, jauh kayak tegas ya udah.
Because I trust you.
Oh.
Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Academia and are no longer their General Mahamatra? Even if that guard doesn't know, their superiors might, right?
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Reebok operation is
Ah.
of great importance. But don't worry, the guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
So sure.
First, the other Matras still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter. Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound to attract a lot of unwanted attention. No matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing the news of Sino's departure.
A reasonable inference.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our operation.
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must remain on actually. Considering the power of the Akasha, it's quite strange.
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need to worry. If you remember, when you first came to Aru village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kidnapped Bud. Things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
That's true.
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of Sumeru.
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic. By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit an existing logic model. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can our feelings and opinions be predictable down to the letter in every single instance? Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha produces predictions that are similar to your real-life behavioral principle, decisive and principled. You were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, You've joined a team, and I believe the Akasha hasn't yet figured out the full composition of it. Our
Oke.
thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, there's probably a limit to just how much we can be modeled or controlled by data. So, in my opinion, you're probably safe for now.
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive. I
Ya.
don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
Is that so? I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever trapped. Next time, pay attention during our meetings.
Ya ini Pak Imon, kalau saya ngerti. Kalau dia enggak. Kalau saya kan enggak, karena enggak nyimak.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. He will be working.
The
construct next to him is for his work.
Construct B.
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And
have you made a decision regarding
alat anjir.
to your subordinate?
It
Alat
seems to be
anjir.
a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation.
There's no need for flattery.
Yes, sir.
Nah.
Take your mobile platoon
Straightforward
to
anjir.
the eastern side of the district.
Understood.
Map.
Hurry,
Dah.
bring the map.
Langsung anjir. Gak usah basa-basi jadi anjir langsung.
In 2
Straightforward anjir.
days, we will engage Ramon's Eremites and capture all of them. Any questions about the time or look?
None at all.
Good. See you then.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the academia. And now, we're going to strike back against that massive get ready. We will move out in 2 days.
Oh 2 hari ya? Oke, begitu ya. Oh, ya. Jadi Akasa ini ibarat kayak ini ya, kayak mesin kayak ibarat kita kalau di Cina itu namanya social system tuh. Jadi dia bisa memprediksi gitu loh ya. Canggih juga algoritmanya. Canggih juga algoritmanya. Gila. Lusa ya. Lusa guys ya, 2 hari lagi ya lusa berarti. Lagi coba. Tunggu guys, tunggu. Malam lagi. Itu. Heeh. Oke.
Let's go meet Sino in the desert.
Nah, sini cek. Di sini guys. Yang patung seven biasa ya kalau itu tuh di setahu aja di sini gitu loh. Kayak di yang di itu tuh yang di mall 1. Nah, mirip-mirip gitu loh. Ke step lagi tuh di situ. Kenapa? Heran. Tes. Tes. Tes.
Numbers have arrived already. Let's hurry over.
Wait a moment.
Oh, it's you.
Ih, kaget gue
You're
dengan
my
kaget.
assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me.
Iya.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants. We meet again.
You're here.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the academia, we are prepared to give it our best.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. They are our only leads for the case. If it...
Understood. Everyone, The Eremites are approaching. Make preparations and be ready for combat.
Kita mau buat sama Aramel.
Oh, what a warm welcome. Judging from those shiny weapons.
Ramon, the Academia has caught wind.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra?
I'm not here to talk.
Nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a merc. Brothers, for that slight, let's...
Ya, gelut. Enggak. Silakan. Kon gawe dewe ya. Aku malas lah. Sok, gawe dewe guys. Oh, lumayan juga damage-nya mah. Alah. Gue sengaja aja. Kayak gue mau... Yang penting kita mau. Wah, waktu cuy. Nggak bisa ya. Oke. Satu-satu aja ya. Satu. Ya kerja lah. Gue mau kerja coy. Nah. Kan kalian gini tuh. Kalian gitu kan. Itu 3. Nice. Nah. Jangan baru mulu dong. Bantuin. Gue cuma bantuin doang kerja. Kalian juga kerja. Nice. Wah, gitu dong. Anjay. Bantuin ini. Alah. Ayo sini. Nih. Jos. Itu tuh. Sisanya tuh. Nih. Alah. Ini. Jangan kebanyakan taktik dulu. Langsung. Nah, gitu kan baru. Nih ganti. Ini nih. Ini. Jepret. Alah. Rip anjir. Sini. Kamu mau bantuin ya sih? Gue cuma bantuin doang. Ogah. Enggak, itu mah. Aku mau tahu aja lah. Cukup banget gitu. Lah. Ya. Tuh, kalian udah 2 loh. Nggak pakai elemental ya. Jangan licik. Ingat guys. Murni skill guys. Ah gitu. Nah. 3 nih. Sini. Bantuin nih. Waktunya masih banyak nih. Jebret. Anjing. Lumayan juga damage-nya mah. Jebret. Lah. Lumayan juga guys tuh. Damage-nya lumayan guys. Jebret. Anjir lumayan. Masih ada. Oh alah. Ini. Jangan dong. Cure inilah. Oke lah, bantuin karena waktunya guys ya. Nah, terus curang sih. Jangan pakai elemental sih, harusnya sih. Jangan pakai elemental sih harusnya sih. Curang kalau elemental tuh. Nah, gue bantuin. Ini juga nih. Nih, bantuin nih. 2, 3 bisa lah. Lumpuhkan lah. Ini. Ayo. Jebret. Anjir. DPM mulu apa itu? Nah. Aduh, jangan pakai elemental skill dong. Ini bantuin. Ya, ke belakang. Kali ini kemana sih? Waktunya gak ada guys ya, jadi dikasih sih. Kalau gue mah kalau ada NPC yang nyerang gitu loh. Nah, gue mah suruh NPC aja, ngapain gue? Enggak, gue malas guys. Gue mah orangnya rebahan guys. Anjir, lumayan juga nih cewek. Jebret, alah gitu atuh. Lah, yang cepet, yang ini mah, yang ini gue nih. Itu tuh urusin woi. Nah, gitu. Gue ngurusin ini deh, bodo amat. Sok. Ayo, 3. Mantap. Kan gitu. Ini ada kerja lah.
We have subdued them. The operation is now over.
I'll air my mercenaries and related.
Ah, you piddle, Fendro, Archon dogs!
I'm afraid you're right.
King Jeshret will curse you!
Silence!
Oh,
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Remote. Count their numbers and send them to the Academia as instructed by the General. Yes, sir. If you need further assistance, please come to...
Understood. You are dismissed.
Oh, dismiss. Nah, dapat.
Fixing enough.
Done. You should go join up with her.
Speaking of which, is it really okay for us not to share the full plan with Tainori? What if he'll feel miffed about it and refuse?
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. Given how well we know each other, if we need help, Tainari is the best option. Ready for the next phase of the plan. Don't keep them waiting.
Ya. Jadi kita ketemu hari ini. Oh, kesini. Kapan libat? Kesini, guys.
Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place, down 7 drinks, and...
Sorry. We didn't mean to keep...
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in. Took your sweet time.
Ya, maaf.
I just like seeing that serious look on your face. Well, joking aside, I'm glad you're here. Let's get moving and test. Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger known as the Doctor. We need to make sure he won't get in our way when we rescue Lesser Lord
Ah, dokter.
The institution that controls Sumeru is already open. If the Doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible for us to achieve our goals.
Yeah, we sure don't want him chewing up.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the Academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that. According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Academia's trust.
Yeah.
So, we'll find the sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. I'll follow you as a bodyguard. You should be honored.
I just thought mercenaries would do anything for Mora.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go with the best offer. Let's see. If I were to charge you a bill, I could
Discord. Ya, ini banyak senyum. Ping.
Seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me,
Si
someone
anjir.
like you must look lovely when you smile.
Si anjir.
You smile so that I can be less worried.
Si anjir digoda-godain.
Good. I hope this pretty smile will become our lucky charm. There are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to others. Let's go.
Si anjir. Bayarnya senyum-senyuman doang, gila. Wah. Parah nih dia nih. Udah mulu anjir. Udah mulu anjir. Digoda mulu anjir. Retik nari. Nyantai bener. Langsung siang.
Hey there.
Big news for me.
Something really important.
Hmm?
Alright, then follow me.
Oh, kayak mau kata sesi gitu, ternyata gagal.
This place is we won't be disturbed by any passerby. Okay, what is this important thing you want to ask me? Yes, I know.
Oh, itu.
Actually, we left party's DI just a little while ago.
You left already?
Yeah, he came looking for me.
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met. But your answer is, for now, all we can share with you is that your friends...
Sino, you say?
Hmm.
I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the academia. Okay. I will answer your questions and will assist you any way I can.
Sino's name really does work wonders. You're not even a little worried that we might have made it all up?
Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type.
Hmm.
Between you, the trainer, and Sino, you strike me as the type that would aspire to deceive me. You don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get straight to the point.
Take to the point.
Because he wanted to take the scholar of Asia away with him.
What do you mean by take away? Is he planning to leave Sumeru?
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya.
Hmm. Oh iya. Ini si dokter beda-beda ya rumahnya.
See,
This place, indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more.
Hmm.
I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. To that end, I made a final trip to Paradis DI.
Hmm.
Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
your sources are accurate. No doubt, because you recruited many informants.
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I'm assuming.
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I
Hmm.
would like to take Hypatia to Snezhnaya.
Hmm.
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar yourself, shouldn't you at least be aware of this?
Oh, I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my general level of knowledge. How unbefitting.
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, Hypatia will receive the most advanced and effective treatment. I will personally supervise her treatment and see to her recovery. Would that be agreeable?
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the academia. Her situation has not become dire enough to necessitate transporting her to Snezhnaya as risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. As the person currently responsible for her treatment, I cannot possibly. Your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass.
Bisa.
Talking with him, I realized that, just like many other scholars, he possesses an aura of arrogance that I. It's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's so confident in himself and his abilities, to a point of near insanity. Never into self for protracted
Adu mekanik
battles.
anjir. Masa gitu aja adu mekanik aja.
Still, his reaction really concerned me.
Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. I must say, you are not like what I had expected. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today. What with Her Most Noble Majesty the Tsaritsa calling for our return. Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care. It's just as the Academia said, you're a responsible and gifted scholar. Sadly, even with all that, you're still lacking. And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
Doang. Oh, tapi kelihatannya sombong juga bener ya, sombong sih. Kelihatannya sombong aku juga sih.
You didn't care for my answer. Something knock in his eyes. He never came off as malicious, but not a lack of compassion permeated throughout our conversation. His tone. I can sense that he's always looked down on others. I don't think I missed any details. Speaking, I don't want you to do anything too risky.
Sorry, we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that you help.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be
Oh gitu ya. Ada Shino. Loh kok tiba-tiba lagi?
Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the academia and assist him with his research.
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. The handwriting and tone. My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of a letter. One dot means that he wrote the letter. This has been a habit of his for many years. Did you find any dots in his recent letters?
Since you are always at Gandharville,
I'd like to ask you to do that for me. If you can keep yourself safe. Please,
I can do that. But the academia has been working on a big project. I don't know what it is. Really something. Remove myself from the situation. If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the academia. You don't see me there for an extended period. That's your cue.
All right. We've got a plan. I'll stay at Gandharville to support you.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant. Beware.
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General Mahamatra.
Being loyal to the academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say. I know what I'm doing. On that note, you also being quite distrustful of your alma mater?
The academia, yes, but my master is a man of integrity. Even when I was a student, I was worried he'd get in trouble for sticking to his beliefs. I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long. But in the end, it's still caught up.
Ini lagi.
I see.
Itu doang.
So you noticed something was up with the academia from the very beginning.
This may well be how Sino became involved in all this. In that case, I must keep my promise and help you however I can. Also, if you run into Sino again, please, I think this may be something. Thanks.
Right. Let's go hunt down this Harbinger. Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he left Pardis?
Sana.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way.
Udah, itu doang. Wah, ceritanya dalam juga ya, yang Sumer nih. Beda daripada yang ya itulah. Beda banget ceritanya dalam. Mantap sih.
According to Tainari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check if the doctor was actually telling the truth. He also said that he'll take care of everything before he leaves. What did he mean by just to be safe? Let's chase him and see what we find. We'll do it the mercenary way. I'll find leads as we.
Ikut aja Cina.
He may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces. Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is. Yep, we're headed in the right direction. The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly, they're in a hurry. It's just as I thought.
Larinya cepat juga nih si Dea.
We can stop here. I think I know where the doctor. To the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems.
Port Ormos? They're going to.
That's right. Let's go to the.
Report we atau aikit rumah terus. Nah, Kau meragukan kemampuan sisi babang traveler, telepotlah. Hanya dia yang bisa pakai teleport soalnya. Yang lain kayaknya nggak bisa deh. Hebat ya. Teleport lah. Mau dari ke apa? Remosa ke apa ke sini juga. Ngan iya cuma sekejap ya sih. Canggih ya mah. Karena dunia Tefat itu ya antara canggih dan kuno secara bersamaan. Luar biasa aja tuh itu. Aja temu patuh.
Tracking skills. See if we found the.
Shh! Don't bother it. The port is crawling with Fatui soldiers.
Jangan maju.
Yes, it's a proper farewell ceremony for a Snesh Knight Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
Goblok. Goblok. Tak. Ini nyebur aja deh. Ini nyebur aja. Yes, si A. Oh, sini. Si anjir. Ih.
The port is crawling.
I've still only seen him once or twice.
Enggak. Stealth-nya memang kurang nggak terlalu canggih kayak ini ya. Nggak secanggih apa?
Sir, that can't be right.
Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all.
Kayak apa?
He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him.
Woi coy, ini gimana cuy? Si anjing. Gagal lah. Gagal lah jelas.
The port is
Gagal lah coy.
Seen him once or twice.
Ke sini. Di sini aja padahal.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. He is
Yeah.
actually leaving Sumeru. Here while we keep an eye on them. he waving at us?
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only one?
You mean there's nobody with
And where are all the soldiers we saw on the porch?
here just a few minutes?
This was a trap. It might be after occasion. Let's get back to Party's DI. I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui, I would also try to take her away. And if I couldn't,
Oh, dia pakai ilusi, pantes. Pakai ilusi, guys.
DI is not a place you Fatui can just show.
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission.
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it coincidental.
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right. I've done my duty to inform you.
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf. You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Party's DI now? I'm pretty sure you're not just looking for herbs.
With all due respect, your baseless speculation.
Well, you only have your harbinger to blame. He knows nothing. I may be staying at Party's DI. It is still my duty to protect the peace and...
Then it seems our conversation.
Langsung dulu. Buat lagi dia. Kenapa kita...
Fine.
these Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson.
Ya, wah, banyak. Kok ringan? Kok ringan? Yang harusnya nggak boleh pakai bantuan sih. Ah. Ya udahlah kalau gitu mah. Semuanya aja lah. Tadinya sih gak mau guys, cuman ya. Ah, cuy, dia nggak bisa ngedodge, masalahnya ngedodge nggak bisa kayak ini. Enak aja. Dikira gue mungkin game ini kali ya. Jalan, apa tuh jalan? Nah. Iya anjir. Obatnya nih. Please jangan kayak Tof lah ya. Obatnya nggak ada kasih animation gitu loh. Ya jadi nggak ini.
Doctor's orders are absolute.
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything else now.
Oh, masih easy ya. Aduh, lagi gini cuy. Apa jalan? Enggak jalan, gue gak mau ikut jalan cuy. Aduh. Siapa yang suruh jalan coba? Terus. Ah, biasa. Sini, kalau berani. Mancing, mancing. Wih, main juga. Wah. Ya udah. Ya udah. Agak curang sih.
Let's go to the patient.
He's still here. Doesn't look like...
Masa gerak tadi ada? Siapa lagi nih?
So, you think this is over?
Aduh.
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
Lagi.
Your thoughts, you know.
Hmm.
Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to Party's DI. I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her constantly.
Who are you talking to?
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed her touch.
Ngadat.
To observe you on the fool's errand. My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some final Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to push that childlike god? Consider the god of wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence, but this also shows that humanity's worship is a combination of blasphemy and exaltation. It's truly like yes. You feel like this? Those words almost make you sound like a friend who, but you're wrong. I'm different from all of you. I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. All I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring indeed. To me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, just what has this world done? I'm connected to your consciousness, so I can hear what you're thinking. This is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. Even though it'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's. You've seen my affection for her. If you were in my position, she peered into my consciousness and saw my past. All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become my glory. How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that you're not good at sowing discord? The doctor has never known his place. Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable of interfering in the business. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But I'm willing to give you. It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be. Things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be.
Paimon used thunder! At person, Paimon couldn't see what's the volunteer! Oh, he sure chatted with you for a while. Where is the storm headed? That means anyone outside is in danger!
Pasti. Pakai gnosis soalnya. Ya, biasa. Pakai gnosis mama kau lah. Manja banget. Kasatro.
move. I've seen eremites get struck. We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone. Luckily, there were only 2 of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. That infantry soldiers were forced to retreat. I went aside. Looked like you've seen. Hey, didn't I tell you not to move? Just in case.
Hmm.
Oh, they always think they can.
Ya begitulah ya.
Sounds ambitious, I guess. As long as I can enjoy. I must be the least ambitious person who's ever. Don't say that. Thank you for mentioning. Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some urgent matter to attend to, and let. Maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret of the Balladeer.
You said the Balladeer claims that Hypatia has seen his past.
Have you noticed? The Balladeer is not happy with the doctor's actions. He thinks the based on what the traveler has said, I think he would. Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us.
Mampus. Mampus.
Successfully completed this stage of the plan. Thank you for the help, Tainari. Okay, that wraps things up for us here at Party's DI. Traveler, let's continue to keep a low profile.
Oke, kemana? Malam. Alhamdulillah. Wah, ceritanya panjang ya. Panjang sekali ceritanya, guys. Kita belum ambil nih. Ini udah berapa jam sih? Kalau udah kelamaan mungkin kita skip aja kali ya. Oke, udah 1 jam guys ya. Oke, mungkin saya cukupkan sekian untuk video kali ini. Terima kasih sudah nonton. Jangan lupa like, share, subscribe, dan ya itu aja. Terima kasih.